did you get started? You know what I'm saying? I know you. I know we hadn't really introduced like what you actually do, but you wear a lot of hats. We were just talking, man. You're a businessman. You're an artist. As far as an artist, you know, how did you get your start?
Well, I got my start in music. It was kind of natural in childhood, but as a recording artist, I started after football. I played college ball. That's what got me out to Texas in 2010.
Yeah.
I got a scholarship from Pearl River Community College out there in Mississippi to Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I started my journey in Texas. And soon as I played my last game, I was riding home to them, but I'm gonna be on this music, man. I'm gonna do my thing. So yeah, I already knew I was gonna do it because of childhood passion.
Okay. So who was some of your musical influences coming up? Like,
to start in order, Michael Jackson. I was born in '90, so my mama was big on Michael Jackson, and then like Stevie Wonder. You know, that's just like some of the roots. And then she put me on Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And then naturally, around like 99, 2000, Cash Money, No Limit, because the closest metroplex to where I was raised was New Orleans. So I was in New Orleans because my mama from the Ninth Ward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was down there heavily influenced by Cash Money and other Southern artists too, A-Ball, MJG, Outkast.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I just love music. In Mississippi, they have a lot of artists, so any Southern culture, we soak it up. Houston music.
I didn't really hear you mention like too much, you know, East Coast or West Coast.
Yeah.
That wasn't too much of the flavor down there.
Nah, it wasn't the flavor down south for real. Like that G-Funk, like that West Coast, you know, everybody was on Snoop Dogg.
They got a little blend,
you know,
of shit from down that way.
Yeah. So, you know, it was more West Coast sound than East Coast sound for sure. But I always like the cadence, the East Coast, the golden era hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
older there.
Yeah. So I've always been a connoisseur of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a hip hop baby. You know,
So you did kind of listen to some of the Nas's, the Jay-Z.
Oh yeah. Especially when I got into music, I went back and listened to like the Illmatic, Nas. I fell in love with that one. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z.
Right.
So yeah. I went back and listened to the classic.
Right. Well, that's what's up, man. So to know you got like this heavy, this music kind of background, like did anybody in your family kind of like influence that, or was that just something that just came about from listening to other music?
It came from listening to other music, and my mom, man, rest in peace, my Uncle Mike, he really said, man, he told me when I was young, man, you got some of the music, I used to pick up a keyboard and stay on key, but like, just naturally, like I can tell when I'm off note.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even at a young age, he's like, man, you stick with that music, and that always stuck with me, man. So I was like, when sports, getting out of Mississippi, it's like, you gonna do something, you gonna play ball, you gonna rap, you know what I'm saying? So I played ball, my size, took advantage of it. As soon as that ran out, I was like, I'm gonna just have music out.
Absolutely. And you said, I heard you mention that your uncle was one of your influences.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of times when we young and we not told something, you know what I'm saying, that we can do certain things, we be looking for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so coming from like humble beginnings, it's always good to have a voice, especially if we don't have a father in the home, like a lot of us have been raised that way. Tell me a little bit, man, about your childhood, man. Like,
yeah, my childhood was it was cool, man. My mama left from New Orleans when she was a teenager because life was so crazy, and she got into law enforcement. So my mom was the first black chief deputy in Mississippi. So my mom came to Mississippi 18 years old.
Right.
And just did everything possible in law enforcement investigation. She was a jailer. She worked up in administrations now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she met my pops. My pops from Michigan. That's why I was born in Michigan, but I was raised in Mississippi.
Right.
So they got together. They stayed together. They still together to this day.
Man.
My pops, he's a minister. He's in the church. Real heavy. He started off, with a rough past, and I seen him really walk a straight line. So he's been a big motivation to me, be a man, stand on what you believe in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here being a hypocrite, because I seen him change his life and, go
Absolutely.
straight. Yeah.
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing, man, to even hear somebody say that they had their father you know, in their home.
Nah, it's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing for sure, man. I love them to death for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, coming from the childhood, you get into sports, you get into music, then you get into business.
Yeah.
I see you got your brand here. Kind of give us a little insight on the brand here, man. I'm gonna have to give me some of that.
Yeah. No, this is Trick and Flowers rolling papers, premium rolling papers for the culture. And we coming straight from major manufacturers overseas that's producing raw papers, elements, top brands, man. I tapped in with the manufacturer that's doing it. So I'm trying to do something for the culture. Because I researched rolling paper industry. It's like a $1.7 billion industry, and they ain't got none of our representation in that market.
Exactly.
So I was like, give me 1% of that pie.
Yeah.
You know, and I can feed the family and push it and show the people we can get in this space too, because there's plenty of money for us. So it's something I sat out on about a year and a half ago, and I've been pushing hard, man. It's I had a good connection with some people at Midwestern State that was from California.
Yeah.
And they told me how to white label and really find good premium manufacturers for my products, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
That's what I've been locked in on. I've always been on rolling paper since I started smoking, the taste, the terps, you know.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, instead of selling weed, I'm gonna sell something that every weed smoker needs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. And the Goodman paper, man, you can't, you know, that's just a whole part of the experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
What you putting in your, you know, what type of flour you putting in there in your rollers, man?
Oh man, I've been there fucking with a stone tonight. You know what I'm saying? I've been on that stone tonight. You know what I'm saying? I put on to that since, you know what I'm saying, I linked up with my people out here. But I smoke flavors, man. I ain't gonna lie. My last name Flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was born for this, so I've always been a connoisseur. So I knew quick. I was moving back, you know, when it was Reggie days. So, you know, like, you know, so to see how the market now is like, man, it's a blessing just to be around so much good gas.
Do you
know
remember when the game switched from the original to that, to the corn, to the corn,
to the corn,
and then shit just came, it was just like a gas explosion here.
I remember, man, that's something to be a part of it for real. You know, a lot of people don't understand it, but if you grew up, you know, if you're a real smoker or if you grew up in that era, you know what I'm saying? I remember going from Reggie, like, ooh, that's some good Reggie, that's some good Reggie, to, niggas having mid and corn, and then I moved to Texas, they're like, oh, this corn, and then we got Dro.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Dro, you know what I'm saying? Then I went back to Mississippi, and it's like, no, we got Granddaddy Perk, then we got Sour Diesel, then I start, 60 8th shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, damn, 120 corn. I'm like, damn, this shit high. You know what I'm saying? We used to buy Reggie and buy some gas just because it was on a budget.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We get shit together, man.
But yeah, I remember the whole transition.
Making mid.
Making that shit mid.
Y'all know what I mean? But yeah, man, I remember, man, when I first really got into cannabis, that's what got me into business. Man, I seen you could take $600. You turn it to $1,800, $1,200 in the rich days, you know, I'm like, okay, I could just, it's a supply and demand, and once I smoked it, played ball, so I ain't even really start smoking until I was like 18.
Yeah. Man,
I was with some little white chicks, man, it was in Destin, Florida on a yacht.
Yeah.
First time smoking weed, man, I smoked, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, oh, this is why everybody be going crazy over it. I'm like, oh, and it ain't no hangover, like, I really don't drink a lot, so I'm like, yeah.
Cool.
So it just really opened up my business line.
Man, so that first experience, man, of some gas, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
changed your life, right?
Man, it changed my life, man. Man, free my dog Tony, man. One of my dogs, man, used to have threats back in the city. One of the first people down in my area used to have them flavors. Like, he used to have some Granddaddy Perk, man. I used to take the shit back to college. Man, me and my partner smoked that shit, had a whole dorm smelling like skunk, you feel me? That's back when the gas had flavor and it was that, you know what I'm saying? It kind of changed nowadays, but, I remember them original gas strains.
Man.
Really
Blue Dream, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Cherry Pie.
Cherry Pie, man.
White Widow.
White Widow, man.
White Widow,
yeah. Those was them flavors, man. I don't think I've ever been as high as I've ever been until I smoked some Blue Dream. Blue Dream put me to shit, man.
Diesel was the transition. Diesel was the transition.
Yeah, now fact.
Yeah.
So, what as far as expanding? I mean, I know you got papers right now. Do you plan on expanding into other areas, of the cannabis world outside of papers right now, or this is just kind of like?
Yeah, I definitely plan on it. Right now, the papers is something I really want to get my feet in heavy,
right?
Because it's such a market opportunity. And I encourage any other, you know what I'm saying? If you're hearing this, I ain't no gatekeeper. I like, man, that's the market to get in. If black folks get into the paper market, we can all eat, you feel me? So
You got different flavors. I've seen some people have hemp, some people have organic.
Yeah, so right now I got king size slim and king size wide. So they are rice papers right now, but I do have some unrefined ones coming. That's the ones that's kind of like the raw papers, the brown ones. You know, those are on the way. So we still working on a couple more variations. If you go into a smoke shop, you see, man, raw taking up all the space. Man. And they really just killing the market with all the like oversaturation, because people don't even sell all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even hating, because I really look up to Josh Kesselman and Raw. You know what he doing.
See, Raw done changed the game, you know what I'm saying? People wasn't even on papers like that, bro.
Right.
The only niggas that used to smoke papers, bro, was niggas who was stingy with their weed.
Right.
And niggas who do now, nigga, I'm gonna roll a joint.
Yeah. He changed the culture. Like Currency, he the one that really put Raw on. Wiz Khalifa really put Raw papers on. Man, and I seen how they changed the culture with that. And I was on Raw heavy because Currency. That's one of my favorite artists. I grew up. Wayne is like probably, if I had to name a go to hip hop, to me it would be Wayne. But my favorite personal preference artist is Currency. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you on that. Do you think that we're giving away, like, cause us as black people, man, we have a lot of influence, bro.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of these companies would be nowhere without our influence, man.
Facts, man. Facts.
And I feel like we should hold a lot of that shit for us.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think we fuck up and I don't think we understand the level that these people look at whatever we do and they mimic that. They go out, man, whatever we wearing, they want to wear.
Yeah.
Whatever we smoking, they want to smoke.
Yeah.
Shit, whatever shoes we wearing, that's what they want to rock, man.
Yeah.
We can rock a white T-shirt, man, and you saw what Kanye did, man.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy, and I'm big on that too. I'm big on that business. I'm big on that culture bullshit shit. I can't stand to see. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even be on no racial shit, but I be like, bro, look at this shit. Like, we be getting sold out for so cheap, so little. Some niggas and take that whole thing and turn it up to 10 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, we gotta figure out how to keep ownership. You know what I'm saying? Keep, you know what I'm saying? And make them buy in partnership. Hit the Birdman on there.
Do you think that, and this is just kind of like, I'm gonna switch it a little bit. Do you think that is the reason why Diddy is facing charges, or do you think that, it was actually all the other shit? Because this nigga been doing this shit for years.
Yeah.
But the minute he booked booked the system with what he did, now all of a sudden, boom, all these charges come down.
Yeah, nah, I think he learned from the best of them, so he learned from them.
Yeah.
So, I think it's definitely, he done made the wrong people mad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they be, it's the same shit, cut off the head, they try to scare niggas, they try to take off the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? But he done made somebody mad.
Oh, yeah.
And
they did it to R. Kelly, to be a
they gonna make an example. Anytime you own all them masters, all them royalties and all that money,
man.
Like, you really gotta move Secret Service type security type, you know what I'm saying? You can't
Mike Jackson.
Exactly.
Prince.
Michael Jackson, Prince. Man, the list can go on for real, bro.
Why is it not like that for the other cultures? I mean, are we that much of a threat of them seeing? I mean, because I'm a history type person, you know what I'm saying? So, dealing with who was the president, Lyndon B. Johnson, you know what I'm saying? He said the biggest threat to white supremacy or to the United States as a whole is an educated black man.
They'll let you know.
They'll let you know, man.
Let you know, man, because that's why they try to do all these divide and conquer tactics, all these manipulation, all this propaganda.
Yeah.
You know, you see the wrong people with the right platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all to just to keep us, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know.
So let's take you back to Mississippi, man. Are there any artists out there in Mississippi that you like, hey man, they should have this same type as other people get that may be kind of going under the radar?
Oh yeah, man. Man, shout out my guy Heartbeats, man. He's a major producer down there, and man, I don't even want to go to naming people.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people under his umbrella that's going crazy. Mississippi, one of the most slept-on states for real.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I'm from there. I just see how much talent it is, and I know how crab in the bucket it is. People be thinking I made it because I just left my hometown. You feel me? That's how hard it is to make it out. But I be like, nigga, that's just the start. You know what I'm saying? Making it out. Now you gotta make it out without a community, without your brothers behind you. You feel me? So, you know, yeah, man. Heartbeats. Heroes, producing group. Man, my dog, he put on for all the whole SIP. He always get producer of the year in Mississippi at the awards and whatnot. A lot of artists.
What'd you say his name was again?
Heartbeats. Yeah, Heartbeats. He produced for Jada Youngin. All Muslim, all Young shit. You know?
Shout out to Heartbeats, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all look these artists up, look these producers up out of Mississippi, man. They putting on for their city. And we want to take that shit worldwide, man.
Yeah.
If you, let's say you got some words, you know what I'm saying, for anybody out there, man, that you know, may look up to you or may not know you. You know what I'm saying? If you was to give some words of encouragement to anybody, any of your followers, any of your fans, kind of let us know what that'll be.
Okay, real quick off the top of the head, I would say, man, if at first you don't see, try again, man. I've been knocking on my ass.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people all the time, I just can't go back home. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been out here, you know, since 2010, just on the road, making this shape, you know, taking care. I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? I got a stepson, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I got a family I take care of, so no matter what, you know, I gotta get it out the mud and just do it. So anybody out there that's struggling, just know it's better days. You just gotta take one day at a time and keep grinding for real.
Real shit.
You know, and don't let nobody hate on you, you know, because people gonna doubt, but that's just motivation. Use that chip on your shoulder to, you know, step up your grind.
Absolutely, man. Man, you can't do nothing but respect that, bro. Do you have any new projects coming up? You know,
man, I do. I got a lot of new music, man. I really been in my hole for the past year or so, just grinding, stacking up catalog, man. I got a couple projects on the way. I tell Welcome to the Show is gonna be the name of one of them, and Mr. Flowers. So those coming soon. I don't even know which order. I'm just trying to, still trying to stay in the vibe and keep it.
Absolutely. Where can they find your products and services at, bro?
Man, chickenflowers.com. You can get the rolling papers. I ship to your door, man, with a little treat in there if you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, everything you need. Fleetwood Movie, you can find my music. You know, I haven't dropped in a little minute, but I'm about to drop a lot here, closing up 24.
Y'all look up Fleetwood Move.
Yeah, Fleetwood Move. Yes,
absolutely, man. Again, we appreciate you coming through the room, Dallas, man, and rocking with us, man. And we'll definitely have you back, man. Shit, anytime you want to come up here and bring any of your new products, you know what I'm saying? Just come up here and vibe with us, man. You're more than welcome, man. We appreciate
the hospitality, man.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, for sure.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was smooth, man.
That was pressure right there. That was pressure.
Yeah, that was smooth, man.
Yeah. Let's play with Moo. Y'all seen it. Y'all heard it first, man. Oh yeah.
Big B, where you from?
Shreveport.
Rex City.
Yes, sir.
Shreveport,
You know, I
Louisiana.
gotta talk about this southern